We thoroughly were
I was,
enjoyed. What Monday we got off the ship did we get off the ship Monday?
yeah, Monday, but I was sad that we were gonna have to wait so long to see everybody. So yeah.
That's why I was like, I missed you guys, but I didn't.
We
I think
missed you guys after we got back.
yeah, Monday I was eating a whole bunch of yummy, yummy food at the reception.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because it was for sure you got such an appetite, all that shopping that you had to do.
Well, I hardly ate. I didn't eat while we were shopping because the food they provided, they had a whole bunch of food, but it was like crepes, waffles, and sandwiches.
Oh.
So, and I didn't eat before we got off the ship. Well, I like shoveled like this much eggs and bacon in my mouth at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I basically didn't eat, but a little bit of fruit while I was shopping. And then I had like a paleo bar, like 120 calorie paleo bar or something. So I was really hungry by 5 o'clock. I also ran that day too. So anyhow, okay, we're gonna open up. I want to open up with prayer. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna do it anyways. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us all here together today and getting ready to celebrate the holidays. Hopefully, we all have open hearts to learning how to better ourselves, to help better others in the process, and that we can continue to live out the best lives and come into community to grow and love and honor you. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
All right. So I am gonna. They're sitting next to me. I was looking around like, I don't know. I'm gonna give away these fun. I had a couple, if you guys didn't know. I have a couple of these. So they're stainless steel ice cubes. They're super fancy ice cubes, basically. Reusable. I'm gonna give away these. You have to comment your win for the week. If you're new, Darcy, this is probably new to you. Your win can literally be anything that you are proud of that you accomplish that happened in your life. It can be I brushed my teeth this morning, and it could be I ran a marathon yesterday. I didn't. None of us here did, but we got lots of different options.
It doesn't work.
Brinley thinks she ran a marathon today for the jogathon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they did the jogathon.
Good job, honey. I ran 5 miles. That was my marathon today.
Her win was reaching her goal of 15 laps.
And I got 15 laps.
Good job.
Good job, Brinley.
That are they
Goal
like
was
full
10
laps?
laps. You got 11.
They're full,
Mhm.
like quarter of a mile. Like, is this a track? No.
No, they go up and down the halls and around the gym.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like,
they
that's
run for
almost
half
4 miles.
an hour. Or it's maybe I think it's 20 minutes.
20 minutes to run as far as you can, basically, or as many laps.
As many laps back and forth, and they, yep.
I love it.
And they earn money for it.
The jog, it's a jogathon,
So,
right? Yeah,
jogathon.
Yeah.
My win.
Go ahead.
Yep. My win has been I've been really trying to get my water intake back up, and it's not easy with a 6-month-old because he also wants to drink everything I'm drinking, and then or if he's asleep on falls asleep while he's nursing, I am stuck in baby jail and there's no water around. So I'm trying to get better at it, and I can tell that I am getting better at it. So that's my win.
Love it. I have witnessed him trying to drink all her things, so that's real.
Yeah.
Anyone else? You can unmute, or if you're not, you can just say it, or you're welcome to drop it in the chat. I'm going to take a picture.
I worked
My
for 9.
win was making it to that walk and then making it to the first spot, the Y, wherever gate.
Yeah, good job, Steve. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys can hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My win is just showing up into my first call.
Yeah,
Trying to find
I
the
was gonna
best
say
lighting.
Audrey's in the house.
And I keep moving around because I was like, I'm not missing this next one. So yay me.
Yay,
Yes, we're glad you're here.
Audrey.
Kind of impromptu. I was just, yeah. Next time I'll use the computer, but this was quick, easy hop on.
Yeah, you're good. You're totally good. This might sound like a weird win, but my girls had a little bit of a cold when we got back and they shared it. I like have a cold. I totally don't. I have a runny nose, you guys. I feel fine. Like I feel great. I just have a little runny nose. And if this was like 5 years ago, I would not be feeling good. I would be pretty staying miserable. I'm like, my nose is running. It's annoying. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
ran 5 miles today and I felt awesome. So that's my win. Yay, Plexus. All right. iPhone, I don't know who you are. If you want to let us know who you are. Claire, oops, I didn't want to do that. Claire added that her win was when she fell during the jogathon, she got back up and continued running. Atta girl. I've fallen
Yeah.
before and I got up and I kept going. Don't step on tree roots, by the way, they're very slippery. I learned my lesson the hard way. It was embarrassing, but hey, I kept running. I wanted to actually, you guys want to open my Plexus package with me? I'm gonna open
Your
it.
order
Oh, if I can.
looks like a reset.
Yeah.
I heard something about a reset. What?
I said it looks like a reset.
It's not.
Oh,
It was an order. I
Good
forgot what it's gonna be. All right. X Factor. That's a great one. Perfect. We're gonna talk about X Factor. Oh, we lost Audrey. She'll be back, I'm sure. X
come back.
Factor, there she is. Okay, so X Factor is not just a multivitamin, by the way, it is a multivitamin, multi-mineral. So you get both of those when you're talking to people about like, hey, do you take a multivitamin? It's not do you take a multivitamin, do you take a multivitamin and a multi-mineral? Cool that it's a 2-in-1. Did you even know that? Did anyone know that? 2-in-1. I bet Joy did.
yes, I did. And I've started, that's another win, is like remembering to take mine twice a day because I split it up.
Yeah,
And you
there's
guys,
a pro hack for you guys.
hey, and I think my baby has a tooth through. I just noticed that.
Well, it's about that time.
Yeah, anyway,
Jane
sorry.
got hers at 4, and I think Sophie was like 7 months. So
Yeah. So
maybe
yeah,
that's why
I'm
you're
like,
so
hey,
cranky. That explains the crank.
okay, but back.
Back to X Factor. Okay, so some cool things about X Factor. While it is a multivitamin, multi-mineral, it also contains at least 100% of, I don't even know what the number is. I'm gonna say like 15, everything that's in here except your calcium and your magnesium, which we don't want 100% of magnesium in here because what would that do? Here, take our multivitamin, you might be running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like there's about 15 vitamins and minerals in here that it has 100% of your daily intake. So that's awesome. This is also fully methylated. So most people don't know about this, but 50% of the population has this really cool gene mutation. The word is super long. We abbreviate to MTHFR because that's just so much easier than this long word that's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Gene mutation. What happens when you have this gene mutation? One of the main things is your detoxing pathways are not open properly. So detoxing is really difficult for you. And that's why people that have MTHFR do so well on Plexus, because we help their bodies detox. But also, this is fully methylated. You have to have methylated folate, no folic acid, y'all. We need methylated folate, and we need methylated B12, not your cheap B12. We need the fully methylated. If those people, which you guys, you got to assume you have the gene mutation, because 50% of us do. So it just makes sense to assume you have it, and you're just going to live that way, and it just makes life easier. Always methylated folate and methylated B12. You cannot absorb folate or folic acid, especially. Folic acid is the fake form of folate, synthetic. They make it in a lab. It's all chemically created. You don't want that in your body anyways. So this is fully methylated, so we don't have to worry about B12 or folic acid ending up at toxic levels inside of our system. If you can't absorb a vitamin or mineral, it will build up in your body and end up at toxic levels. Okay. Obviously, health issues come when you have toxic levels of things in your body. We don't want that. So that's one thing that's really amazing about this. Also, there is aloe in here. There's not enough aloe in here to make any kind of clinical claims on, because aloe is like we all know on our skin, the incredible properties that aloe has for like burns and that kind of stuff, the healing properties. Well, it also has healing properties for ingesting it. There's not a huge amount in here. So as far as like those healing properties, we can't necessarily make claims on. However, since there's aloe in here, we can claim that it increases absorption rate up to 300 times. So instead of buying vitamins that you literally are just going to be peeing out or pooping out, depending on how they work, you're actually buying vitamins that are going to absorb into your body, because we're focusing on things like I was talking about the folic acid, the fake one. We use the real stuff, and we put aloe in there. So absorption is top notch. Okay. Super important, because we want to actually absorb what we're paying for, what we're consuming, all of that. This is also clinically shown to reduce hot flashes. This is incredible. Here you go, Audrey.
Yeah. It's sitting out there for my husband to take, but maybe I should be taking them more often.
Every day.
Having
Every
a big problem with that right now.
So clinically shown to reduce hot flashes. This is also incredible for anyone with thyroid issues. I love this one for anyone that has digestion issues, because here's the thing. If you have a digestion issue, which almost everyone does, like 74% of people are going to the doctor for digestion distress, your body is not able to absorb your nutrients properly because there's essentially a biofilm inside of you. So if you're not absorbing your nutrients from your food, you definitely need this. And also our food and our soil and everything is so depleted. We need to supplement. So big things on here. Joy was mentioning a pro tip. I have been doing this probably since I started, maybe right after I started taking this, which was lots of years ago, you guys. Well, probably 6.5 years ago, I started taking this. I split my dosage. So a dose is 2. I specifically do it because of my digestion disorder. I am well aware that I struggle with malabsorption, right? So I want to make sure I am getting everything I can out of it. So I take one with breakfast and I take one with lunch. You want to take it with food. Look at Audrey.
I just had dinner. I'm taking it right now.
Perfect. I love it.
I started splitting mine because I would I felt like I was getting the niacin flush from it.
Niacin flush.
So, yeah, and I don't have it if I split it up.
If you split it. Yeah. So while this is highly absorbable, if you want to like amplify your absorption, you can split it. If that is just not going to work for your program, like y'all know I work from home. Like this is my full-time gig. I'm home all the stinking time. I eat every meal. I hardly leave my house. I leave my house to run, go to the grocery store, which my husband has started doing. So I leave my house to run and go to church. So I got no problem with that. But if you are like, this is my routine, morning and night, boom, done, don't split it, because that's not going to make sense. Then we're going to be missing a capsule, essentially. Also, if you know any athletes, so when you work out, your body releases ammonia, okay? And this it actually is clinically shown to reduce ammonia production or like the ammonia floating around in your system. So that increases your recovery rate. So that's a fun little FYI. I bet none of you knew. I bet I just dropped something. A good little nugget for y'all. I wonder if I'm gonna peel this. I wonder if there's anything that I did not talk about that it says on here. Fill nutrient gaps. Nothing on here. Nope. Okay. Anybody have any questions on X Factor Plus?
So this is a daily supplement then. This isn't just like it's not like the immune where you just take it
No,
like during
this
the
is
winter.
definitely a daily because we're missing nutrients daily. So we need to take this daily. The Immune Plus can actually be taken daily. You can take it one of two ways. You can take it daily, which this time of the year I recommend taking it daily because it's cold and flu season.
Right.
You also can use it. I always just related to emergency, emergency, the thing that everyone uses when they get sick. I used to use it when I got sick. That stuff's garbage.
Yeah.
You can take it like that. So when you do get sick, you take it. And the sooner you take it, the better. Just like they say with emergency, like you start feeling like you're a little under the weather, take it. And you can take up to 4. So what I typically recommend is this time of the year, take 2 a day. And then when you get sick, take 4 a day. While you're sick, you take 4. 4 is the like max dosage of it. So great question. Any other questions on X Factor? Okay, I still haven't given it away. I know Beverly and Jen popped on a little late. I've got some really fun little stainless steel ice cubes I'm giving away. You have to drop your win in the chat to be entered. Okay, we're gonna roll into Gut Health 101. Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna post that real quick. I took a picture and I'm posting it. All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about kind of what digestion issues can look like. But I'm gonna say we don't need to have the things on this list to have gut issues. Almost everyone's got some underlying gut thing going on, and I think that we're mostly well aware of that. So some of the things that you might be experiencing: abdominal pain, cramping, gas, heartburn, acid reflux, bloating, diarrhea, and or constipation. Sometimes you can go back and forth with diarrhea and constipation. Low energy, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, blood in your stool, also mucus in your stool, urgency to go, also like incontinence, like we we're just talking about, vitamin deficiencies, nutrient deficiencies, micronutrients, all of those kinds of things. And that's like I was talking about, you're not able to absorb your nutrients essentially because of what's going on inside of you, because of mostly like the biofilm. Also like mood swings, irritability, anxiety, all those kinds of things. I think most of us here know that your gut determines if you're happy or not. So no surprise on that. So those are just a few of the things that are like triggers of like, hey, we got some gut things we got to work on. So some ways to help support your gut health. Meal timing. I talk about this a lot. If you want more deets on it, I have a podcast on it, and I've done a call like this on it as well. So we need to make sure we're not the grazing thing. No bueno. It's taught for some reason all the stinking time. Grazing is not the way to go. There's multiple reasons. One of them is related to insulin resistance. If you're constantly eating, your body's constantly producing insulin, and that ends up causing insulin resistance, aka blood sugar issues, leads to things like diabetes, the whole gamut. Okay. The other thing is we have this thing called the migrating motor complex, MMC. What that is basically your digestive system doing a sweep. It's kind of like your motility. It's your digestion system saying, we're going to move this stuff along. It does that every 90 minutes. If you are eating, it does not do it. So if we're constantly eating, guess what we're not doing? We're not
We're not
digesting. our food.
digesting.
Yeah, our food is sitting. And so that leads to slow motility, which I will tell you right now leads to SIBO, which is small intestine bacterial overgrowth, which leads to whole lots of gut issues. So that's why I teach a minimum of 3 hours between meals. It's best, actually 5 hours is actually shown to be kind of like the best if you can go 5 hours. So kind of slowly working up. If you're used to grazing all the time, you're going to have blood sugar issues. You're going to have to slowly increase that time between meals. Making sure you're eating enough at your meals is really important. With the grazing, we're used to really small little snacky kind of situations. We got to start eating larger meals with protein and fiber. And fiber happens to be another thing to help with your gut health. It's going to help you be more full. It slows down digestion, but in a good way, not like we were just talking about of like, your body's not flushing things out. It basically, if you've ever, let's be straight, we've all had diarrhea at some point in our lives, right? Talk about poop, you guys. They're like, hey, eat some more fiber when you have diarrhea, right? It helps bulk up your stool. It helps your stool go, like, it helps regulate you. Fiber is also where you're going to find prebiotics. Prebiotics, we all know about probiotics. Prebiotics are food for your probiotics. Okay, so we need that fiber to feed our bacteria because we want that good, healthy, plentiful bacteria. And the more diverse our fiber is, so this is like, don't just eat celery every day and have that be your only vegetable and your only way of fiber, because there's no diversity there. We want diversity in our food, to have a diversity in our fiber, to have a diversity in our bacteria, to have a diversity in our microbiome, aka our ecosystem. Okay, so having a variety of fiber, fruits and vegetables and that kind of stuff, even like beans and nuts, that's all fibrous. Keeping your stress down. I think we have all experienced what your gut feels like when you're super stressed out. And I'm going to tell you, if you're stressed, if you are in like a panic state, which we refer to as fight or flight, right? Here's the kind of my exercise physiologist coming out. What happens is your psoas, which is basically like your hip flexors, kind of down by your groin, does this when you get really stressed out, because what your body is doing is getting ready to run.
Mm-hmm.
So literally your gut is doing this, and that's the pit in your stomach feeling. And that's part of like your digestive system essentially shuts down because it's saying, I'm running. When you work out, your digestive system stops. It stops. It's sending all the blood to your working muscles, not to your intestines and your stomach, right? And that's why you shouldn't eat, like eating and working out, boom, boom, does not work. Because you just have food sitting in your stomach. And I've done that and did that. I've made the mistake. My dad made me breakfast for a race one time and I felt really bad. And I was like, well, I have to eat my dad's breakfast. And it's a really bad race, you guys. I stopped multiple times to try and throw up.
So I hear eating the rainbow at every meal is the best diet to stay on.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Taste the rainbow. Don't eat Skittles. Skittles don't count.
Darn.
Yes. The rainbow, you want the variety. And that's like the big thing. You want so Joy heard a different number, which she can share her number. I have always heard you want a minimum of 30 different fruits and vegetables a week in your diet to give the diversity. Joy went to a summit and the guy was a little cray and he eats apparently 70 different fruits and vegetables in a week.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he would make his smoothie, or not a smoothie. It wasn't really a smoothie. It was just, he would just throw 70 different vegetables in a blender and Different. I don't think he put all 70 in at one time, but he would just do that. He would make up a batch and put it in jars in his refrigerator. And that was his gut support because the vegetables were raw, and any vegetable, like if it hasn't been processed, processed commercially or processed, ultra processed, which you can't even call it food when it's ultra processed. But as long as it hasn't been commercially processed, it still has a healthy microbiome support because, no matter how clean we get it, it has bacteria living in it too that support the health of those vegetables. And so, anyways, that's what he would do. And he said that it was a study that they did, but people who had the healthiest microbiomes had the most diverse amount of different vegetables they ate in a week. So yeah.
So y'all, goals. Hashtag goals. 70. I can't wait to
Wow.
see your all shopping carts.
Yeah.
Wonder what
Yeah, he said
Bill
he'd
would
make a batch every 3 months. He'd make a batch of it.
Wow. I bet he had a huge grocery bill.
That how often did you say he made it?
Every 3 months. And he said he
Every
just would
3
go to a
months.
farmer's market.
That grocery bill was hefty, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
3-month one.
Woo.
Mhm. And he would scoop out a cup of it and drink it every night.
Wow.
His dinner. Yeah. Water it down and drink it.
That's so weird.
All right. Sorry, I got a crank.
That's okay.
Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to say is we need to take probiotics. We need to be consuming probiotics. So probiotic rich food obviously is great. Things like kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, and I'm not talking your crap sauerkraut that is in, on the shelf at the grocery store. That's not good. That's not going to give you any probiotics. We need real sauerkraut here. So fermented foods, and then also obviously probiotics. You got some good ones here. Super important. So that's kind of my little gut health 101. Simple ways to help support your gut health, signs to look for of like my gut's a little bit off, all of those kinds of things. I don't recommend food restriction. That's kind of one of the number one things I want to say is food restriction of any kind is what is really going to wreak havoc on your gut. And I'm going to tell you that coming from an anorexic that had a huge flare. That's when I got super, super sick, was a year after I started my sports anorexia because I restricted the crap out of my food. Not healthy. Okay, does anyone have any questions? I'm going to do my giveaway real quick. Questions, comments, concerns, snide remarks?
Oh, that Ollie soda. I tried that the other day. It's actually really good, but it says it actually has prebiotic in it.
Is that what you were talking about, Joy? Did you share that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The ingredients are all, nothing bad is in it, and they make it taste really so close to soda. So yeah, Beverly tried grape soda one.
I tried the root beer too. It's pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
There we go. Where did you find it?
Safeway, over by the Bolt House juice and all that stuff.
All right, Safeway.
Yeah.
So now if you guys have anyone that is a soda addict and Slim doesn't kick it, we got something for them. I saw the label and I will agree it was good. I'll back Joy on that one. I was like, oh yeah, there's totally nothing wrong with that. Okay. Winner chicken dinner. Audrey showed up and she gets some fun little ice cubes. You can get them when you get your pillow.
I know, right?
I'm pretty sure still in the back of my car.
You went on vacation too quick.
I'm always on them. I'm home for 2 months if anybody's curious. 2 months grounded. Okay, we are gonna flop over to the business portion of our call. If you need a sign off, that is totally fine. Appreciate you guys for being here. Love you. Exactly what to say. Does anybody still need to buy this? Dee, didn't you have it?
I listened to the audiobook on the library.
Oh, well, you just need to rent it again then, it sounds like, right?
I can, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be, hold on, I'm gonna stop this recording